It's kind of difficult to explain exactly what a nuclear war or a nuclear Armageddon would look like because it's never happened.
Play Fallout.
You could play the Fallout game, sure. But that's, you know, a bit of make-believe, a bit of science fiction, a bit of this and a bit of that. It's not actually what would happen. It's just one artistic interpretation of it. But the reality is, frankly, terrifying. The total number of nukes in the world today is 12,000. At the height of the Cold War was 1985, where there were 63,000.
Jesus.
When a nuke goes off, usually say in a city centre or somewhere, a population centre, the immediate area around it is completely pulverised. Nothing will remain, literally nothing. So, that's why those really horrible pictures you've seen of shadows.
They're stained against like the buildings.
Yeah, the mushroom cloud is the famous image of a nuclear weapon, but it's not actually where the danger is. Now, it's the iconic image, but the cloud after that is actually the thing that's extremely dangerous.
Because that carries all the radioactive fallout?
Not the radioactive fallout, although I'm sure that's probably part of it as well. What it carries is all the soot, all the aerosol, all the dirt from that firestorm and carries it up into the air. And what happens with that is that it goes past the cloud line. It goes so high up. And then when there's no atmosphere where it stays, in like the outer bit of the Earth's atmosphere, there's nothing to get rid of it. So it essentially just lingers. But if you were to do hundreds of them, or thousands, or as I said earlier, 63,000 in 1985, then that would essentially cover the entire northern hemisphere and the majority of the globe in general. And the sun would no longer be able to reach the Earth.
Really?
What? Yes.
Ooh. Ice Age.
Now, well, it wouldn't be as bad as an ice age. This wouldn't last forever.
A quickie.
A decade, yeah.
Quickie, the Ice Age.
That's the reason why they call it a nuclear winter. Because suddenly the summers are small and they're colder and they're drier. The winters are far longer and last for most of the year. It will cease to be livable, most of the planet. And the places that do have the food, that do have the ability to have crops. Because, look, think of it this way. It means drought. And if there's more drought in general, then that means no crops. And if there's no crops, that means famine. And so the vast majority of the northern hemisphere, especially, would be dead.
Eating baked beans.
Tiny. I mean, they wouldn't find baked beans to begin with. There'd be nothing.
I feel like this is kind of like teaching me how little I actually knew about nuclear Armageddon. You ever seen the website where it tells you how far you have to be away from a bomb to survive it? And you think like, okay, I'm in Hertfordshire. Like if it hit central London, I'll be fine. But then you don't realise that you essentially have very long winters. You're going to freeze to death shortly after. Don't worry about the bomb because 5 years later you'll have no food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
haunting.